CBSN security consultant and former assistant director of the FBI, Ron Hosko, joins us now on the phone. Ron, the FBI is assisting the Fresno Police Department in its investigation. What will be the most important steps taken at this time?
Well, Elaine, for the FBI, one of the big steps will be, first, was there a connection to international terrorist or domestic terrorist organizations? They will always, in an incident like this, where there's even a suspicion of terror, the FBI will be looking at its own holdings to see, did we have any contact with this person? Did we have a prior assessment or investigation? Is there something that we missed? If it turns out to be hate, theirs will be in a support role to local law enforcement, helping them with potentially some of the technology, some of the postings, and the analysis of that to see, was this purely hate and nothing else, no other nefarious connection overseas?
Well, Ron, investigators say that, as we just heard from John, the suspect was motivated by hate, they believe. They also say they think he acted alone. First of all, is it too early to tell that? How will they know? And if it is, in fact, the case that he acted alone, what does that indicate?
Yeah, I do think it is too early to tell that. They may be going by the apparent indicators, which is he didn't have a getaway driver. He didn't have somebody immediately to take him away from the scene. There was no other indication of immediate support. But I think that this requires a deeper dive to be looking at prior employers, co-workers, family, and friends to see who might have enabled this, who might have purchased a weapon, purchased ammunition, supported him, propped him up, fanned him, or pushed him along this path. And it could be the answer is no one. And if this was purely self-inspired and he had some bubbling rage, they'll want to determine what was the cause of that. As we saw in Cleveland, tragically, just, today, in the last 2 days, is this a breakup? Is this a failed relationship situation, employment situation? It could be any of those factors and totally unconnected with somebody else as a facilitator.
Well, authorities say the shooting is being handled as a domestic terrorism case. What exactly does that mean, Ron, for the investigation?
Well, that really puts the FBI, it has them starting to pull back a little bit. If they see some immediate connection with social media or something that's going back and forth, like we've seen so many times with ISIS, as an enabling force, as a facilitator, as a cheerleader, if they don't see the indications of that, the FBI will start to pull back, and they'll be looking to see, are there connections to domestic groups that are involved in hate, or is this really the act of a single madman with a trigger and trying to find out what was that trigger?
It's a disturbing case. Ron Hosko, thanks very much.